welcome to the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. I'm Amita Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Karnataka bus strike called off on day 3 as life returns to normalcy in Bengaluru. State government agrees 12.5% salary hike, assures bus unions they will iron out differences. Day 2 of the auto strike against online aggregators Ola and Uber brings Delhi to its knees. Patients, school children and daily commuters are left stranded across the city, but auto unions refuse to budge, say the hunger strike will continue. And Navi Mumbai Municipal Commissioner Tukaram Munde is in the eye of a storm, dubbed the demolition man of Navi Mumbai. Political parties cutting across party lines demand his resignation. His offence, raising 7,000 illegal structures. Straight up to our top story. In the national capital, transport unions continue to hold the city to ransom. Auto strike against online taxi aggregators like Ola and Uber enters day 3 on Wednesday. Auto drivers, in fact, staged a hunger strike in front of Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal's office. Auto union demand a complete ban on Ola and Uber in the city. Despite several assurances, auto union has refused to budge. And meanwhile, Delhi wale were left stranded. Despite assurance from the auto union, we learnt that even patients and school children bore the brunt. Deepa Rana gets us this report.
It is raining heavily in Delhi, and the auto and rickshaw taxi drivers over here are present in large attendance outside the Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal's residence. They are demanding a ban on the app-based services like Ola and Uber. They are also saying that we want to meet the Delhi CM and press our demands in front of the Delhi government and want a response from them immediately or at the earliest. I have been joined by the convener of this Auto Rickshaw Association, Mr. Rajendra Soni. Sir, आप सुबह से यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पर जमा हैं. आपकी क्या डिमांड है? आज से आप हंगर स्ट्राइक पर भी हैं.
देखो मैडम, हमारे लिए रोटी रोजी, हमारे लोगों के पर रोटी रोजी ये केजरीवाल की सरकार छीन रही है. केजरीवाल की सरकार रोटी रोजी छीन रही है. ओला उबर कंपनियों के साथ सरकार कहीं मिली हुई है, कहीं मिली हुई है. तो हम ये चाहते हैं भाई केजरीवाल की सरकार जो है ओला उबर कंपनियों को बैन करे और इनकी गरीब रोटी रोजी का ख्याल रखे. जब ये बैठे हुए थे यहाँ पर तो उन्होंने कहा था ऑटो वालों के लिए हर अप्रैल से हम किराया बढ़ाएंगे. इन्होंने अपनी 2 बार तनख्वाह बढ़ा ली और उन्होंने ओला उबर चला रखी हैं. उनसे भरपूर पैसा ले रहे हैं पीछे से और ऑटो वाले भूखे मर रहे हैं. उनका काम धंधा सब ठप हो गया. टैक्सी वालों का भी काम सब पिट गया है. मगर ये ओला उबर वालों को काम दे रहे हैं, ना हमारा किराया बढ़ा रहे और न हमारी सुनने को इन्होंने कतई मना कर दिया है. अब ये कह रहे हैं कि ये ऑटो वाले बीजेपी के आदमी हैं. अब तक हम इनके थे, अब बीजेपी के आदमी हो गए.
हमने ही पोस्टर लगा लगा उनको मशहूर किया, लेकिन आज वो हमसे बात करने को भी तैयार नहीं है. इतनी बारिश हो रही है, हमारे ट्रेड को. अब हमारा जनरेशन, मेरे पिताजी, मेरे
सर, आपकी वजह से जो दिल्ली में लोग परेशान हो रहे हैं, ऑटो नहीं चल रहा है दिल्ली में, हॉस्पिटल लोगों को जाना है, स्कूल बच्चों को जाना है, ऑफिस जाने के लिए नहीं है, तो उसमें
हमारे पेट पे लात पड़ेगी मैडम. तो हम क्या करेंगे बताइए ना. पब्लिक भी हमारे को साथ देना. पब्लिक अब वो जैसे ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी किसी टाइम पे आई थी, ऐसी ओला उबर कंपनीज इंडिया में आ गई हैं. वो यहाँ कब्जा करना चाहते हैं. हम 50-50 साल से हमारे पिताजी लोग, हमारे बुजुर्ग लोग टैक्सीज और ऑटो चलाते थे. ठीक है,
सारे ऑटो वाले अब मीटर से चलते हैं दिल्ली में.
नहीं चलते तो कंप्लेंट हो जाती है. मीटर से नहीं चलते तो कंप्लेंट हो जाती है.
हमें तो वो लोग
लेकिन अगर लोग ओला और उबर बुक करते हैं, अगर लोग ओला और उबर बुक करते हैं, तो आप क्यों चाहते हैं कि वो बंद हो जाए?
उन्हें कंपनी से पैसा मिल रहा है. अगर हम वहाँ पर सवारी लेके जाए, अगर हमें वहाँ से भी सवारी मिले तो हमारे लिए कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. हम तो चाहते हैं कि हम भी मीटर से चले, मगर हमारा भी आप आना चाहिए ना फोन में गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से. अगर हम 6 रुपए 7 रुपए जो भी 8 रुपए चला रहे हैं, तो हमसे कम वो क्यों चला रहे हैं?
सरकार ने जो मीटर लगाया है 8.5 रुपए किलोमीटर ओला का, हमारे ऑटो का है. 18 रुपए किलोमीटर एसी टैक्सी का है. कोई आदमी 6 रुपए किलोमीटर में गाड़ियां चला रहा है. मार्केट में एक हमारी गुडविल खराब कर रहा है. सरकार ने जो मीटर लगाया उस मीटर को खत्म कर दो, कैंसिल कर दो.
वो इंसेंटिव दे रहे हैं. इंसेंटिव कहाँ से देते हो?
केजरीवाल जी को जितने भी ऑटो वाले हैं सब ने केजरीवाल जी को बनाया, लेकिन इसने ऑटो वाले के साथ धोखा किया.
Now, Deepa Rana also did a ground check. She tells us passengers were stranded in railway stations and even patients struggled to reach to the hospital.
I'm standing at the New Delhi railway station over here, and the city has come to a standstill. It's heavy raining. It's heavy rains in Delhi, and right now, as you can see around me, there are people with heavy luggage who are coming over here, carrying the luggage as there is no auto or taxi flying on the Delhi roads. In fact, we spoke to a lot of citizens all across the city today to find out how the citizens are suffering when on one side it is the Delhi government and the auto unions playing the blame game over each other. It is the Delhi citizens who are suffering in this fight. We'll take you around to the hospitals along with the schools to find out what exactly has Delhi come down to.
परेशानी के चलते कल हम लोग पहुंच नहीं पाए, वहाँ से गुड़ के फिर घर जाना पड़ा, फिर आज आए वो बैटरी वाले रिक्शे से। जाम लग रही है और क्या, जाम में जो क्या नाम सभी फंस रहे हैं, इसमें टाइम हो रहा है बहुत ज़्यादा।
आधे घंटे से खड़े हैं, बस ही नहीं आती यहाँ पर, ना ऑटो मिल रही है, कुछ भी नहीं मिल रहा है।
ये ऑटो वाले तो मनमाने रेट मांगते हैं अपने, तो बसों में ये है कि जहाँ 5 रुपए लगते हैं वे 50 रुपए मांगते हैं, तो क्या फायदा है फिर।
While Delhi came to a standstill on day 3, it was a different story in Bengaluru. The bus strike in Bengaluru has been called off. The KSRTC unions have agreed to that state's offer of a 12.5% pay hike. The unions had been pressing for a 30% pay hike earlier. Rahul Deyama gets us details from Bengaluru.
Yes, after 3 days of struggle, there's finally some respite for the common man. The Karnataka government and transport unions have finally called it a truce. Remember, the ticking point of transport unions was their demand for a 35% wage hike, among over 40 other demands, asking for proper working conditions, a medical policy in place. But it was really the 35% hike that was the bone of contention between the government and transport unions. Normal life was really thrown out of gear. More than 1 lakh employees belonging to BMTC, KSRTC had not reported to work, really throwing normal life out of hand. Here in Bangalore alone, over 50 lakh commuters use BMTC buses. So imagine the magnitude of impact that this had. But finally today, after holding the cabinet meeting, the transport unions had said that they agree for an 18% hike, but the government today has convinced them of a 12.5% wage hike, and the demand was unanimously accepted by the transport unions. So few buses have already started plying, and the frequency will only increase starting tomorrow. Buses will be back on the streets of Bangalore in Karnataka. While schools were given a holiday for 3 days, schools will also reopen tomorrow. But clearly for the common man, it's a big sigh of relief after 3 days of struggle. It's normal life will limp back to the IT city of Bangalore and across the various cities in Karnataka. As far as today is concerned, we understand the traffic condition can get a little worse because there are a lot of vehicles already out on the streets of Bangalore because people didn't anticipate the strike to be called off. But now with this respite, things will clearly return back to normalcy starting tomorrow.
Shifting focus to Navi Mumbai now, Navi Mumbai Municipal Commissioner Tukaram Munde, or the demolition man, is in the eye of a storm. Now, political parties cutting across party lines allegedly ganged up against the officer. Citizens cheer IAS officer Tukaram. They ask, can't an honest officer do his job? BJP, Congress and NCP leaders allege Tukaram must go for, and I quote, autocratic attitude. Ruchi Deshpande gets us more details.
The Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation is on a no-nonsense demolition drive, and this has been the case since the past 2 months, which is basically from May 2016 to till date, which is basically July 2016. Now, according to the data that we have received from the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, they say that they have demolished about 79 buildings across these 7 nodes in a matter of just 2 months. They have also demolished 30 places that are of religious importance, as they said it was coming in the way of development. In these 7 nodes, 41 is the number of complaints that they have received either from the citizens or from their ward officers that require buildings that are illegal and that may or may not be demolished going forward. Note that NMMC specifically told Magic Bricks now that they only aim buildings that are in various stages of construction, and they do not consider tenanted buildings. There is a separate mode of approach for that according to the NMMC. So for now, they told us that any building that they have declared declared illegal on either their rounds or according to information from their ward officers will be declared illegal going ahead and will be demolished by the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation.
Actually, it's absolutely fine because I feel Mr. Munde is doing a great job because up till now nobody has done this. Actually, I really salute him because he's a man of integrity. He is not scared. But I request Mr. Munde that only demolishing things and taking out things which are encroaching is not going to work. He should see to the basic amenities first. That is what I want from Mr. Munde.
I think now that he has taken up with the demolition drive also, I feel the slum pockets of New Bombay can be reduced because these are illegal encroachments which later on will increase tremendously. So if he stops them right now, it will be very great.
Of course, मैं उनके फेवर में हूँ. बहुत अच्छी तरह से काम किया उन्होंने. इतने काफ़ी 25 साल हुए म्यूनसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन आके यहाँ बेलापुर में 92 से आई हुई है. मगर कोई कमिश्नर ने इतना ये पावरफुल नहीं मिला आज तक. और मैंने इनको देखा है कि बहुत अच्छे से काम कर रहे हैं. काफ़ी स्पीड में काम हो रहा है. आज हम लोग कमिश्नर ऑफिस में जाते हैं तो हर आदमी एक सावधान में एकदम स्ट्रिक्ट में खड़ा है. हर आपको कोई इज्जत दे रहा है. नहीं तो पहले हाँ आप वो ऑफिस में जाओ, आप वो ऑफिस में जाओ. आज हर आदमी अपने अपने तरीके से काम कर रहा है.
मेरे ख्याल से ऐसे इंसान महापालिका में तो सरकार में बहुत कम है. जैसे थाना में टी चंद्रशेखर ने अच्छा काम किया, बॉम्बे में खैरनार ने अच्छा काम किया, वैसे मुंडे जी यहाँ पे अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. तो उनको मेरे ख्याल से सब पार्टी ने उनको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए. और जो गलत काम हो रहा है वहाँ डेमोलिश जो कर रहे हैं उनको सपोर्ट देना चाहिए उनके लिए. और उनको सपोर्ट देने से क्या कि जो जगह एक्वायर होती है उसका फ़ायदा म्यूनसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन को हो जाएगा. तो आज जो उनके खिलाफ जो कुछ आवाज़ उठ रही है वो गलत बात है.
मेरा कहने का भी है ऐसा है कि मुंडे साहब जो कर रहे हैं वो सही कर रहे हैं. जो कि महानगर पालिका जब से हुई है तब से जो अनलीगल हो रहा है उसे कोई अभी तक रोक नहीं पाया है. और वो रोक रहे हैं, उनमें हिम्मत है या जो भी है. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो कर रहे हैं, वो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं.
An officer who's come forward who said that he's actually going to battle against it. Should he not be allowed to do his job?
We are not talking about politicians' ego. In democracy, the elected politician, whoever they are, there has to be some kind of respect they should get because they are representative of people. If you see Mr. Munde's record, he has been perfectly all the time picking up the fights with all party lines politicians to get the score or to get the brownie points.
Let me just get Mr. Balachandra Shirsat, this MLA that we are referring to right now who was made to wait for 1 hour by the Commissioner of Navi Mumbai. Do you agree with Mr. Wagmari's view that disrespect of a politician is enough reason to demand a resignation?
Basically, it is not question of respecting one individual. It is respecting democracy,
that is
and
what
public representative, elected public representative.
That is what we are talking.
Who is part of the democracy. Yes. Whatever may be the condition. If Mr. Munde would not have been with the corporation meeting, he should have made and told whatever he wants. He should have daring.
Do you agree that politicians should not be made to wait 1 hour outside the Commissioner's office? And that is disrespect of democracy in general?
That is done purposely. That is not absolutely correct. That he should have attended. He should have replied. Whatever he wants to say, he should have told.
Some of the officials always seek attention of the media. That's why they make some kind of a issue with the politician, then the media will cover the issues. I think Mr. Munde is habitual for this kind of activities. In Sholapur, he had a confrontation with the guardian minister. If a guardian minister is there, he is in charge of the district. If he give any order or any kind of a direction, it is a duty of a IS officer or district collector or municipal administrator that he should follow the order of the minister.
I strongly oppose what Mr. Malik has said. The guardian minister cannot be above the law. The law applies to every individual of this country equally. If that person, whoever he is, whichever party is, has been waiting there outside, it is because that person has violated the law.
Who said we are above the law?
A person who has violated the law cannot seek any privileges. He might be a minister or he might be a guardian minister, but if you have violated the law, you have to follow the procedure. You have to wait like a common citizen. That is the issue here. Her bungalow is found to be illegal. There are extensions to her bungalow which have been found illegal. She has been served 2 notices, and you expect that the IAS officer who is doing his duty should bow down before her. This is not, India has not gone so bad yet, sir.
We have a consensus here for the first time on this show between the BJP, the NCP and the Congress that the IAS officer who made a politician wait for 1 hour disrespected democracy. This is where we are. Democracy that you're talking about, Raju.
Democracy is equal law for every citizen of this country. That starts.
Politicians are not special.
Implementing the law is a part of democracy.
This is what the residents of Navi Mumbai have signed a petition and given it to the Chief Minister. Let me read it out to you. It says, please allow Shri Tukaram Munde, Commissioner NMMC, to complete his 3-year term. We, the residents of Navi Mumbai, fully support Tukaram Munde, Commissioner, an honest, dedicated son of India who is trying his best to say no to all illegal activities and make Navi Mumbai the best city in India. Corrupt politicians in Navi Mumbai have joined hands together to ask for his transfer. We are indeed grateful to our Chief Minister for posting him in Navi Mumbai. Please allow him to complete his tenure of 3 years. Do not transfer him. He is an asset. Any transfer between his term without allowing him to complete his tenure will send a wrong signal. We are confident you will accede to our request. 6,500 supporters have signed this across Navi Mumbai. These are the citizens that these politicians claim to represent.
Meanwhile, in Mumbai, the BMC has missed its self-set deadline of repairing all potholes in 15 days yet again. The BMC has now given itself 1 more day to repair 181 potholes across the city. Remember, the civic body had earlier promised to repair all potholes within 15 days. That deadline expires this Thursday. What's more, the civic body is giving no guarantees that after Friday, Mumbaikars will have a smooth ride. My colleague Disha Shah caught up exclusively with BMC Deputy Municipal Commissioner Sudhir Naik. Listen in.
Citizens basically have been complaining a lot about the potholes. So tell us, the current status of how many pothole work is still pending, and by when basically the deadline will be delivered.
Total about 1,750 potholes were created throughout Mumbai since the onset of the monsoon, and out of which 1,470 has already been attended by MCGM. 180 potholes need to be attended as per the data provided by Chief Engineer Road of Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and is planning to complete all the works within next 2 days, provided rains take some break.
Okay, but after 2 days, sir, are you ensuring that there will be no potholes going forward in the future?
No, basically we cannot say that whatever potholes are at present on the roads that we will attain. If further pothole comes, we will try to attain it as early as possible. But here I am not giving any assurance that no pothole will be created in the city of Mumbai after 2 days.
How are you ensuring the citizens of Mumbai, sir, that they actually get a pothole-free ride?
Municipal Commissioner is personally monitoring this issue very closely. He has been continuously taking meetings of the relevant senior officers of the road department of MCGM, and we are really working hard, and we are very serious about this issue, and there is no lapse in the attending the potholes. We have appointed resident engineers to attend this pothole. So overall we have taken this issue very, very seriously, and we are also very much concerned about the citizens' plight, and we will definitely try to give them relief as much as possible, and we assure them the best possible services during entire monsoon period.
Waste from the Deona dumpyard could be the probable solution to Mumbai's power shortage. Now, this is a recommendation from the report submitted by Tata Consulting Engineers to the BMC on closure of the dumpyard. In fact, BMC has already started work and could issue tenders to set up the plant in August. Work on the plant is expected to start by the end of this year. Viewers would recall that intermittent fires in the Deona dumpyard early this year had caused a public health crisis. Disha Shah gets us the details of the plan to clean up Deona.
BMC has finally come up with a solution to Deona dumping ground. In fact, officials tell Magic Bricks now that Tata Consulting Engineers, which was appointed to suggest measures for waste disposal at Deona, has come up with a concrete plan of setting up a waste-to-energy plant at Deona. In fact, Tata Consulting Engineers in the PowerPoint presentation also mentioned the civic body that they can through this plant, the waste can be scientifically processed. In fact, 3,000 tons of garbage can be scientifically processed every day. In fact, officials also tell us that out of 120 hectares of land, the project will need only 14.2 hectares of land to set up this project, and the estimated the cost of this project is 1,000 crore rupees, and Tata Consulting Engineers have promised that the time span of this project could last for 25 years. In fact, not only this, the main feature of this plant will be to process scientifically maximum of the waste in minimum required area. Remember, 3,000 tons of garbage will be generated scientifically, which is which is double than what the city is generating right now. In fact, lastly, officials also tell Matrix now that the tender process to set up this plant would begin in August this year, and the work order will be issued by December this year. So hopefully we should see some work on that plant by next year. This is Vishasha for Magic Bricks Now.
Moving on, while many have hailed the Mumbai Traffic Police's no helmet, no petrol proposal, there's one section that's completely unhappy with the move. Petrol pump owners have objected to the move, saying their business will suffer courtesy the cops' failure to clamp down on violators. Petrol pump owners are planning a huge stir from the 1st of August and could shut down their bunks at 6 p.m. to protest the traffic police's proposal. In fact, the bunk owners have said they will keep their pumps functional only between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., a move that will affect every single Mumbaiker. Now, while the Maharashtra government is busy framing rules for Real Estate Regulatory Authority, the latest news is that certain sections of MOFA, or Maharashtra Ownership Flats Act, will be retained once RERA comes into effect. Now, industry leaders at the CII Real Estate Summit in Mumbai said that they are awaiting more clarity on the issue. While some of them think this move will empower home buyers, others feel it is too early to comment. Listen in.
You have to understand one thing, we have lived with MOFA. So MOFA being under RERA or RERA substituting MOFA is not an issue whatsoever. I think what is more important is how are we going to be able to make it transparent to the consumer. So MOFA with RERA, RERA separately or otherwise, as long as the transparency is brought about, I think it doesn't matter how you nomenclature the law.
You see the last 5 years trend also, I think the courts have also interpreted MOFA in a way where it's more customer centric, so where developers were not making a fair agreement, the courts have ruled in favor of the customer. So I think MOFA also is a safe bet to go for agreements as long as the spirit is right. Until the rules of RERA comes in, MOFA will prevail.
The purpose of RERA was to bring in more amount of transparency and also to bring in a level playing field for the consumer. So that's the intent, and that's what should get brought into the purview of MOFA for it to become far more effective, a tool for RERA to get implemented faster.
I think from a buyer's point of view, it will definitely help. MOFA is definitely a very strong act, and RERA is stronger. So with both acts coexisting, it's only going to help the buyer eventually.
We need to bring in the permission process under the regulator. Without that, you're flogging the same horse, and how much ever you flog it, I don't think it will produce the necessary results. So we really need to, look at how we can bring the permission process as part of the regulator, and that's really one big change that is required to make the regulator truly effective.
Let's move on now to interiors. So far, we've shown you interiors that are traditional, modern, contemporary and futuristic. But what if you'd rather have some regal instead? Well, if you want to add a dash of royalty to your home, then here's a slice from this week's episode of the Interior Show. Take a look.
Okay, just to briefly explain to you, this table, for example, has been customized by us.
This is a glass overlay table, and we can do it at your size, your designs. We can add etchings to it. We can add cuttings to it, and we can change the size and shape as per your.
Yeah. So that is what sets SRG apart. That you not only collect antique pieces, but you also customize.
We customize pieces for people.
Yeah.
So I will just take you and show you a few pieces. That's a metal covered chair.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about people with budget constraints earlier, this would very well, something like this would fit in the budget, and it looks silver.
Okay.
And the best thing about this metal is it doesn't tarnish. It has got zinc in it. Okay. So that is the reason why a lot of people prefer it rather to the silver one.
Could you tell me how much would this cost?
The price of this chair is 35,000 rupees. It's all solid teak wood and it's cladded with metal.
And apart from the chair, I want to know that when we talk of antique stores, definitely it takes us back in time, right? So it's more about the design that reflect something of those times. So could you tell us, for example, if it's a chandelier, what is it that makes it look antique?
A lot of our chandeliers are inspired by Osler, which had come in the late 1800s and actually customized chandeliers and pieces of furniture for the clients. So we take inspiration from that and we produce like this chandelier here. There's a copy of an old Osler chandelier. Okay. And then we get inspiration from Baccarat.
With that, we've completely run out of time here on the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you for watching.
Can't an honest officer be allowed to do his job?
पॉलिसी गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट वो कुछ काम करते हैं तो होना चाहिए. अगर वो गवर्नमेंट के पॉलिसी के मुताबिक अगर काम कर रहे हैं तो फिर कोई सवाल नहीं आता है ट्रांसफर होने.
During the rainy season, no demolition should be made in Maharashtra. It is a standing order. How can a commissioner go ahead?
If you see Mr. Munde's record, he has been picking up the fights with all party lines politicians to get the score.
You expect that the IAS officer who is doing his duty should bow down before her. This is not, India has not gone so bad yet, sir. Let us have equal laws for citizens. Politicians cannot be above the law.
This is done by politicians of NCP, Congress, all parties. If there is any BJP person involved, yes, no exemption.
Whether it is a corporator, whether it is a MLA, we have to understand Tukaram Munde is doing his job.
We stand with Tukaram Munde. We stand with the Commissioner of Navi Mumbai. If he is doing the job, we should allow him to do that job.
Are you watching The Urban Debate? Only on Magic Bricks Now. You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.